thank you for joining me today. My name is Ian Viano, and this is my cooking page. I got something really special in store for you guys today, which means it probably has chocolate in it, and it probably is some sort of cake. The recipe that I'm using is from Epicurus. I will have a link for it on my page. So yeah, it is chocolate, and it is a cake. Today we are making a 12-layered chocolate mocha cake. If I was to explain it, it's a very a very decadent, there we go, a very decadent European style cake. Enjoy. So the first thing we're going to do is set our oven to 350. Then we're going to butter our trays. Make sure you want your butter to be a little bit softer. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is separate our eggs. The best way to do this is grab 3 bowls. Put the yolk in there. And the reason why I do this is so that if you break your egg yolk, it's not going to ruin the whole batch, just the one egg. And just continue to do that. Cake layer, we're going to mix all our ingredients, our eggs, a little bit of milk, our vanilla, our sugar, and as soon as that's mixed in nicely, flour, and our salt. Alright, so we've just set aside our cake batter. We're going to throw in our egg whites, and we're going to beat these until they form soft peaks. Alright, so when it's at soft peaks, you'll just be able to lift your thing up, and it'll kind of, if you can see that, it'll kind of come up towards you. So now that we have it at soft peaks, we're going to take our sugar, and we're going to slowly add it in there until it forms stiff peaks. Right, so you want to be very careful to not overbeat it. So we're just going to take a look at that. And as you can see, it's a lot stiffer than it just was before. And we can get a lot bigger peaks out of that. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take that and I'm going to fold it into our cake batter. And so we're just going to slowly fold this into this. We're not beating it because we want to preserve as many of the air bubbles as possible. You want to be very careful with how much you play with this. You want to play with it as little as possible. Now that's done like that, and then we're going to transfer it to our cookie sheet, and we're going to get it into the oven as quick as possible before all the air deflates. This is my version of a double boiler. We've just started our souffle. Alright, so we've just pulled out our cake, and we're still continuing on the souffle. We've just melted our chocolate on a double boiler, and it's off to the side cooling. So while that's going on, I have my 5 egg yolks. I'm going to throw those guys in there, and I'm going to beat them. My salt. I'm just going to slowly add my sugar in there. I'm just going to beat that until it's thin and pale. About 5 minutes. Alright, so our eggs are beaten and they're forming soft peaks. And now we're going to add our chocolate, and we're going to fold it in and be careful of letting the air pockets go. We're going to set that to the side, and we're going to make some more egg whites. So just the same thing as last time with our first cake. We're going to beat our eggs until they hold soft peaks, and we're going to slowly add in our sugar. Alright, so that's what your thin peaks should look like. Nothing major, they're just starting to form. Now we're going to start adding in our sugar. And that right there is a little bit more what our stiff peaks should look like. It's going to do the same as with the other layered cake. We're going to fold in just a bit of the egg white at a time, not stirring it. It'll take probably about the same time as the other guy. And how you know when your cake is done, you'll be able to stick a toothpick in it and it should come out clean. Alright, now that we've finished our souffle, we are going to start on our meringue. So I'm going to start off with toasting my hazelnuts. So we've pulled out our chocolate souffle, and I've toasted these nuts and I'm now chopping them fine. And then after that we're going to get started on our meringue. Right, so we're on the third layer, which is our meringue. So yet again we're beating more egg whites. And now this time we're throwing in some salt and some cream of tartar. Beat that until soft peaks. And then as soon as it soft peaks, we're going to slowly add our sugar just like the other times. I'm sure you guys don't want to watch this again, so you won't. Alright, now that that's done, we're going to fold our nuts in there. When we bake this, we're going to bake it for about 30 minutes at 250. And then after it starts to get a little bit golden brown, we're going to cut it in half and continue to cook it for about another 45 minutes. Yes, I know what you're thinking. We're doing this again. We're going to beat our egg whites. You get really good after this after a while. Beat your egg whites. Then we're going to add our vanilla. Add your espresso, salt, tartar, everything but your salt, or sorry, your sugar. Again, you want to wait till you have soft peaks before adding that. Alright, so we have soft peaks. We're going to add our sugar slowly. Yep, peaks are okay. So we're going to set that to the side. So our sugar's been going for 15 minutes now, and it's finally reached 225 Fahrenheit. And you want to be very careful that it doesn't go past that. So we're going to take it off now. What we've done here is we have our egg whites and our espresso, and now we're slowly pouring in the sugar. Alright, so that's been going for a little while now. While that's going, I'm going to slowly add butter. Who is this guy? He thinks he's good? I do this stuff with my eyes closed. In the meantime, while that's going, I'm going to start melting our chocolate chips for the chocolate buttercream. So we're going to go ahead and take 2 cups out of here and throw it in the fridge. And then with the rest of it, we're going to add, that's what we're going to add the chocolate to. Alright, now that we've taken out part of that coffee buttercream, we're going to go ahead and make the rest of this chocolate. Chocolate's melted. Alright, so this is like the last step before we can assemble our cake. We're now doing the syrup, which is really easy. Just water, then you have your sugar, and then you have your espresso powder. And you basically just turn that on until the sugar's dissolved. And you're done. Alright, after all that work, we're finally ready to assemble our cake. So we're going to grab one of our layer cakes. We're going to throw it on our platter. We're going to grab the syrup and we're going to brush it. 1/4 of a cup of our mocha. So we get all that spread on there. We're going to throw down our meringue, our hazelnut meringue layer. 1/4 of the chocolate mocha. As soon as we have our meringue and our coffee, we're going to throw one of our chocolate souffles. Now as soon as we get that down, we're just going to repeat that same process. So our cake is almost finished. We've just finished constructing it. Now we're going to carefully take our knife and just cut the edges off. And I'm just going to throw a bit of garnish on the top and we're finished.